Hello everyone. I haven't posted anything here for quite a few days because I've been down with a bit of a dose, just intense fatigue and stuff, so feels like I haven't spoken to you all for ages. So I was just thinking today about the whole wheel of the year thing, and we see, a lot of argy-bargy sometimes online about our cross-quarter days and the alignments, with our sacred sites, which of course define those cross-quarter days in terms of their ancestral connection. But there's another layer to the wheel of the year, which is where it came from, really, marking out times, particular times on the agricultural year. And just sitting here in the garden, you can see this long grass here. Look, as I'm sitting down, it's as high as my head. It's very Lunasa energy already. Here we are, 13th of July today as I'm recording, and I can see little sloes on my blackthorn thicket, still green obviously, lots and lots of haws on the hawthorn, berries on the rowan, and so on. And I hear some people saying that their blackberries are out already. We still have the flowers here. But so, when is it actually the festival? As opposed to, let's say, the cross-quarter day. So one thing I don't think it is a fixed date, as in some pagan practices will kind of say it's on, the last day of July for Lunasa and so on. We can figure out our cross-quarter days no problem at all, because they are exactly halfway between the solstice and the equinox. And we can tell when the sun goes into the chambers, to those places on the land that our early ancestors created. And so that goes without saying, the solstice is defined by the position of the sun, the longest day and the longest night, and around that time we'll have our solstices. Equinox is also defined by the position of the sun. And then halfway between those, so it will shift each year, just as the solstices and equinoxes will shift. And those times of alignment with our ancient sacred sites, such as Newgrange or Lough Crew or Lough Gur or wherever, those places and the alignment define the cross-quarter days, which means literally what it says. It crosses the quarters that are made by the solstices and equinoxes. But when we come to the celebration of what's happening on the land, because this pagan practice, is all about the land and what's happening with the land. And with climate change, with all the changes that are happening, that is going to affect when the hawthorn blossoms, when the first harvest is gathered in. And so it makes total sense to me that that is also another wheel of the year. So I think we have a kind of two-pronged wheel. When the hawthorn is in bloom, when it opens out, that is Bealtaine. Now, will it happen that at some point Bealtaine is going to come in April, and then, the name of the Irish month of May is Bealtaine? Are we going to have to acknowledge the opening of the hawthorn as the beginning of Bealtaine, as opposed to the cross-quarter day? If the harvest is gathered in earlier, does that become Lunasa, the time of first harvest, again, as opposed to the cross-quarter day? So I think these are things we need to consider in a changing world. And so for me right now, it is feeling quite Lunasa-ish, this golden grass that's all around me here, and all of the berries that are kind of in preparation for gathering in. we have to keep it real, and keeping it real means not sort of arbitrary theories or things in our heads, or holding on to something that always was, but actually working with the wheel of the seasons and working with what's happening on the land and with the crops and with the blossoms and with the berries and the nuts and all of that, which does not negate the cross quarter days connected to our ancient monuments. So, those are some of my thoughts for today. Oh, and on a total aside, I was uploading stuff to YouTube and suddenly discovered loads of comments on different videos I had up, which I had never seen before. In particular, lots of irate feedback from a post earlier this year about, misogyny and that sort of carry on within the pagan community. So I might reshare that because obviously it's annoying the right people. So anyway, for now, I'll say slán go fóill, grá agus fannachtaí.